Jambo wote na karibuni tena kwenye Indaya Mlembe, hifadhi ya utamaduni. Well, in this video we continue with the name series. We continue talking about the names, and in particular we are looking at the names that has got a similar meaning among the Luya and the Luo people. Remember, these are two neighboring different ethnic communities from Western Kenya. Let's first of all look at how these two communities got their community name. And starting with the Luya people are the Bantus from originally they came from Central Africa and entered Kenya via Uganda in 15th century. The Luya people are the people who always values family and community. Family avevule or oluibulo, and community Oluya. And from this, it is from this word community Oluya that the Luya people got their community name Abaluya. Abaluya simply means children of a community, or sometimes referred to as Aboluya. Aboluya means those who belong to a community. The Luya people, the society of the Luya people is normally organized around extended family and clans. Extended family, these are Avejo, people who are related, Avejo, and clans is Tinono, okay, Tinono. And if you visit the Luya land today, you will find that even the farthest person within extended family is always considered as a very close relative. They still hold that closeness even today, okay? And one is not allowed to marry within the clan or within extended family. And I believe this is the point that Luambo Makiadi was trying to emphasize in 12,600 letters. Go listen to that song. Among the Luos, Luos are Nilotic speakers who came from Sudan and entered Kenya through Uganda. They followed the same route as the Bantus. And the Luo people got their name Luo from how they came. They came following the river. And to follow something in Luo, it is said as Luo. To follow Luo. So they were referred to as Joluo Nam, those who follows the river. So the word Joluo, the word Luo came from the word Joluo, those who follow. Okay? And even today, the Luo people still forms this credible following. If you have a follower among the Luo, you have a genuine one. You can tell from how they normally turns up when their team is playing football. You can see how the Green Army normally turns up. Or I'm trying not to go to politics, but you can see, you know what I mean if you are from Kenya. Okay, they make a very good following. Okay, so on societal organization, they are more or less the same as their Luya counterparts. They are also organized around extended families and clans. So now let's move to how, or mention or discuss some of these factors that they normally observe while naming their children. What are these factors that are normally considered? So quickly, I'll just mention them because these factors are self-explanatory. I'm not going into details. And the first factor is time. The second one is weather. The third one is season. The fourth one is place of birth. We have fifth one is mother's behavior during pregnancy. How does the mother behaves? And sixth is how, or the struggle of the mother at birth. While giving birth, the mother struggled at birth. And then finally we have the character of the baby, how the baby behaves while being born. But these remember, these factors are not guaranteed. Sometimes they are normally overpowered by the prevailing circumstances. Let's say it is a rainy season, you expect the child to be named after rain, but on that particular day that the child is being born, something extraordinary happens, or something unexpected happens. Maybe there is a gathering in the homestead, there is a mourning of the loved one, someone passes on, or something happens. That occasion normally overpowers the season, and now the child shall bear the name resembling that occasion. Now let's move to some of these names that are in Luo form and Luya forms, but they have similar meaning. Okay. Here I have compiled a list of some of these names. For the Luya people normally don't form a homogeneous group of people. Among them we have sub-tribes. We have like 16 to 18. Consensus is there on 16 sub-tribes. So these sub-tribes normally comes up with their own names. But we have those names that are normally considered to be the Luya names that always cuts across. So I have gathered some of these cross-cutting names that are normally used across all 16 Luya sub-tribes. For the Luo is just a community, Luo community, there is no divisions among them. So starting with the name Mavui. Mavui is the Luya word from the word, Mavui is the Luya name from the word Mavuiwi. And Mavui is a unisex name, can be used by both male and female. And Mavuiwi means dawn. Dawn. Among the Luo we have Omondi, from the Luo word mond. Mond, which means dawn. Okay. And then we have the name Wetuli from the Luya word Ituli. Ituli means morning. Among the Luo we have Akinyi and Okinyi. Mike Okinyi. Okinyi from the Luo word Odikinyi, and Odikinyi is morning. We have Hasenye or Isenya among the Luya from the Luya word Isenya, which means mid-morning sun. Among the Luo we have Onyango and Anyango for the girl. And Anyango from the Luo word Nyango. Nyango means mid-morning sun. We have Kubasu among the Maragoli, Agobasu. From the Luya word Mobasu. Mobasu is sunlight or sun. Some Luya sub-tribes refer to the day as Mobasu. Among the Luo we have Ochieng and Achieng from the Luo word Chien. And Chien means the sun. We have Wagwire or Wire and Nagwire for the girl. From the Nagwire, Wire means evening among the Luya. Among the Luo we have Adhiambo and Odhiambo from the Luo word Odhiambo. Odhiambo means evening. And then we have Sirima and Nerima from the Luya word Sirima. Sirima means darkness. Among the Luo we have Otieno and Atieno. Otieno, Atieno. From the Luo word Otieno. Otieno means at night. And Otieno, Atieno is the child that is normally born among the Luo between 7 p.m. to midnight. From midnight to 2 a.m. The child that is born in Luo community is normally referred to as Odiwori, from the Luo word Odiroduor. And Odiroduor means midnight. I don't know why they refer to this particular time as midnight, yet it is past midnight. And Otien Otile, Otile is the most evolved name among the Luo. It was originally Otieno. It evolved to Otis, from Otis to Oti, from Oti to Otile. And there is no sign of it stopping. Maybe in the near future we could see a new form of it. It is almost getting to the Abanyole name that is Otikilo. The Abanyole name Otikilo. Otile is almost getting closer to Otikilo. And then we have Sirima, not Sirima, we have Fumbi. Fumbi from the Luya word Lifumbi. And Lifumbi means fog. Among the Luo you have Aluoch and Oluoch from Luo word Luoch. Luoch is fog. We have Wangira and Nangira from the Luo word Ingira. Ingira is the way. Among the Luo, we have Oyo and Ayo. From the Luo word yo, yo is the way. But here, again, we have another name, Ogot. So if the way is hilly or there is a mountain, the child that is normally born at that particular point among the Luo is normally called Ogot. From the Luo word got, and got means mountain. There is a mountain in Luo land called Got Zimbur, not Got Zibuoche. The hill of the lion, Got Zibuoche, the mountain that has got lions. Got Zibuoche. We have Kudondo and Nadondo. From the Luo word Lidondo. Lidondo is umbilical cord. Among the Luo, we have Awino and Owino. From the Luo word Wino, Wino is umbilical cord. This particular child is the child that is normally born with umbilical cord tied around the neck. And the child is considered to be a rare species. The child only appears once in every 100,000 births. The child appears once. Awino, Nadondo, Kudondo, Owino. The child is rare among the two communities. That is why among the Luya you may travel hundreds of kilometers without hearing the name Kudondo or Nadondo. But among the Luo it is a bit different, because in almost every home that you visit in Luo land you will hear the name Awino. But I believe that is because they just love the name, but they are not using it for its original purpose, which is that the child must have been born with the umbilical cord tied around the neck. Okay, so Awino is sometimes shortened as Awinde, and Owino sometimes shortened as Owish. Owish is Owino, Awinde is Awino. We have Auka and Mboka among the Luya, and we have Okumu and Akumu. Auka is from the Luya word Ohuka, which is just to be surprised. The mother is surprised as to why she is pregnant again. And this particular child is considered a mysterious child among these two communities. The mystery with the child is that the child is normally born, or the conception of the child normally happens after the birth, but before the resumption of the menace. The conception happens after the previous birth, but before the resumption of menace. I hope I'm communicating. We move to Fuma and Sialo among the Luya. Fuma from the Luya word Mafumama. Mafumama is to sleep while facing down. Mafumama. The Swahili people say kulala kifudifudi. The Luo say nindo auma. So auma, oma are from the Luo word uma, which means to cover. So this particular child is the child that is normally born while facing down. In normal situation, the child faces up, but for Auma, for Masialo, the child is facing down. And then we have Wantala Nantala from the Luo word Intala. Intala is the hang. Among the Luo, we have Okech and Akech. From the Luo word Kech, and Kech is the hang. We have Nafula, Wafula from the Luo word Ifula. Ifula is the rain. Among the Luo, we have Okots and Akots. From the Luo word Kot, Kot is the rain. Okot is sometimes shortened as Okode. The Luo people are very good at shortening the names. And Akot is sometimes shortened as Akode, a very famous name when it comes to the entertainment in Kenya. You know, the boss lady. We have Nekesa and Wekesa from the Luya word Likesa. Likesa is the harvest. And among the Luo we have Odoyo, Akeo and Okeo. Okeo from Okeo, Akeo from Okeo, and Keo is harvest. We also have another name that the Luo people normally uses to name their children during harvest, and this is Adero and Odero. From the Luo word Dero, and Dero is granary, that food storage facility. And then we have Naliaka from the Luo word Liaka. Liaka has got two meanings among the Luo people. The first one is weeding, getting rid of those unwanted weeds among the planted crops. And then the second meaning of liaka is that animal that normally eats termite ants. It is called an ant bear. If you know an ant bear, is liaka. Among the Luo we have Odoyo and Adoyo from the word Doyo, and Doyo is weeding. Naliaka the Luya Adoyo, Odoyo among the Luo. We have Malova from the Luya word Lilova. Lilova means soil. Among the Luo we have Olo and Alo from the word Lo. Lo is the soil. This particular child is the child that normally is born and falls on the earth's surface. We have one Malwa from Malwa. Malwa is alcohol among the Luya. And then we have a Kongo or Kongo from Kongo. Kongo is the alcohol among the Luo. This particular child is the child that is normally born while people are being served with beer or alcohol. The Kuria people call this particular child Marwa. Marwa. If you know Nyabohanse, the great village of Nyabohanse, you know this name Marwa. The land of Gita and Gita, Fellow the boy. Who else? Uncle Mo, David Jr. This is the top mason. We move to the next name, Nanganyi. Nanganyi from the Luya word Ingani, and Ingani means the grave. We also have Kisiangani, which means the same meaning as Nanganyi. And then we have Maseka. The Luya people have got 3 names here. And among the Luo we have Oburu. This particular child is the child that is normally born when there is a funeral within the homestead or within the community. Okay? The child that is normally born when people are mourning. And Oburu is from the Luo word Buru. Buru has got 2 meanings among the Luo. We have Buru the dust and then Buru the ash. But here we are talking about Buru the ash. We have that ritual that is normally performed after the death of a senior person among the Luo people. The ritual is called Teroburu. Among the Luo we call it Okotsoha Ingohe. Okay, Okotsoha Ingohe. We have Sihalo from the Luo word Sihalo, which is a gathering, and then we have Makanda. Makanda is a very famous name. Is used even in DRC. If you know Werason, his real name is Ngiama Makanda. Makanda is from the Luo word Mukanda. Mukanda is a group. And among the Luo we have Obura. From the Luo word Bura. Bura is a gathering or a meeting. This is the child that is normally born when people have gathered to discuss their issue. We have Wasike and Nasike from the Luo word Isike. Isike, Tisike in plural, and Tisike are locusts. Among the Luo is Obonyo. Obonyo from the Luo word Bonyo. Bonyo are the locusts. And then we have Mohuana and Nahuana. Mohuana, Nahuana from the Luo word Lihuana or Mahuana. And among the Luo is Opio and Apio. Apio and Odongo or Odongo and Apio. Apio is the first one of the twins and Odongo is the second one of the twin among the Luo. In case of triplets, the third child normally bears the name Akelo or Okelo. Among the Ababukosu subtribe of the Luya, we have Hisa and Mohisa. The child that is normally born after the twins or the third child among the triplets. And then we move to Ondolo from the Luya word Tindolo, which means sleep. And among the Luo we have Anindo. Anindo simply means I'm asleep among the Luo. This child is said to be the child that the mother slept a lot during pregnancy. The mother spent much of the time sleeping while pregnant. We have Wangovi, Nangovi for the girl, and then we have Abiero and Obiero. Nangovi, Ingovi is from the Luya word Ingovi, and this particular child is the child that is normally born with placenta. The child that comes out in a placenta. The child comes out covered in a placenta. Okay? The placenta. In normal situation, the placenta normally comes after the child. But in this occasion of Abiero, the child comes in a placenta. Remember, we have 3 stages of birth. We have labor pain, we have birth, and then we have placenta. 3 stages. But for this particular child, there are only 2 stages. Okay? Talking of a placenta, in animals, it is said that when the animal eats the placenta, it won't produce milk. But for human being, it is said that placenta is very important to mother's health. The placenta is normally taken, washed, dried, and then ground. Kushiagwa inashiagwa, and then placed in the pills. The process is normally called placenta encapsulation. Placenta encapsulation. The process of drying and grounding the placenta and then placing it into pills and used by mother as medicine. It is said that the placenta has got a lot of nutrients and hormones that are very important for mother's recovery after birth. So make good use of the placenta. Don't be burying it always. And the coming out of the placenta normally marks the final stages of birth, and it ensures the stable health. It ensures that the mother is in good health. Okay, that is the placenta for you. We move to the make good use of placenta. Don't be burying it always. Yanga imotolu epai bakundaki boebite binobatu boebite. We move to the next name, and the next three names are the same among the LUOS and the LUYAS. We have the name Wahongo from the Luya word Ihongo or Tehongo in plural, and these are armyworms. Armyworms are considered to be harbingers among the Luya communities. Their influx normally signifies the bumper harvest ahead. Okay. Among the Luo, we have Akungu and Okungu. Wahongo among the Luya, Okungu and Akungu among the Luo. Okungu from the Luo word Kungu and Kungu are these armyworms or nutgrass. We have Havi and Ihavi among the Luya people, and Ihavi is luck. Among the Luo, we have Hawi. Hawi is the luck. It is by luck that the child survived. Okay, this particular child struggled or underwent some difficulties at birth, but by good luck the child survived. Now we have Horesia. Horesia from the Luya word Horesia, and Horesia means to save. We have the other word for save among the Luya, which is Ohwavina. So Ohwavina and Horesia are the words with same meaning. You can use Ohwavina or Horesia. So Horesia is the child that was saved maybe from a certain problem at birth. And among the Luo we have Resa. Resa means save me among the Luo. Horesia in Luya, Resa in Luo. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have Makoha and Owiti. Makoha among the Luya and Owiti among the Luo. Okay, Makoha is the Luya name that is derived from the word Makoha. Makoha. Makoha, the name we have stress at the middle syllable, and Makoha, the west, and the stress moves to the final syllable. Makoha. Okay, Makoha. Makoha is something that is considered to be waste, something discharged as useless. Okay, so let's start with Makoha before we move to Owiti. Makoha is the child that undergoes a ritual called Ohuboere Romwana. Ohuboere here simply means to tie, like haystack. In Ireland they say do not worry of the wind when you have your haystack tied down. Haystack is normally tied round, so the child is also tied in that form. The child is tied with the waists the waist is covered, the child is covered, fully covered in the waist, and then the child is normally dumped or thrown on the way. And the reason for doing this is that when a mother gives birth to a child and then the child dies, the second one also dies. It is believed that there is some evil spirits that are after the children of that family. So to save the third child, this ritual called Ohuwerumwana has to be performed. And the ritual is normally performed by a woman. And it is somehow stage managed. And because the devil is stupid, can't understand what normally happens. So the child is placed or dumped or thrown on the way. And this woman comes like she wasn't aware that the child was placed on the way, but inside she knows what is happening. So she comes and then picks the child and says, oh, I picked the child that was dumped here. She takes back the child to the mother in the house and tells the mother to take care of the child because the child has no parents. She has only picked the child, the child on the way. And by doing so, she has confused the devil or the evil spirits that the child is from outside. The child doesn't belong to that family. And the child is saved from death. That is how the child, the Makoha, survives the death. And the senior-most person to undergo this ritual is King Mumia among the Luya people. And the woman who performed the ritual was a woman from Teso community. And long ago, the Luya people used to call people, Teso people as Avamia, and that is why King Mumia adopted the name Mumia, the community name for the woman who performed the ritual on him. On Oiti, Oiti means to throw. And in this particular ritual, the child is not thrown as per the word wit. What normally happens here, the mother suffers during birth or struggles a lot, and it is believed it is by evil spirit that the mother underwent suffering. So they believe the evil spirit may come again to harm the child. So the mother disowns the child, that the child is not hers. And by disowning the child, she confuses the evil spirits that the child is not hers. And by doing so, Owiti survives. Okay? Owiti is rescued. So these are two particular children that survived miraculously. So if there is a miracle baby, then it is Makoha and Owiti. These are true miracle baby. These are ritual babies. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, that is all I had for this video. In case you find it interesting, kindly give it an upvote. Okay? Give it an upvote. And kama kawaida, as the video ends, we open conversation down in the comments below. So let's meet there and keep this conversation going. Okay? Till we meet in the next one, kwaheri.